It starts as a prickling sensation on your skin, a wave of goosebumps, a shiver down your spine. This is frisson, sometimes called a skin orgasm. It's an intensely pleasurable physical reaction to music, and it's happening deep inside your brain. Functional magnetic resonance imaging shows that during these moments, your brain is releasing dopamine in the caudate nucleus and nucleus accumbens. These are ancient regions, part of the same reward circuitry that fires when you eat delicious food or receive a reward. The anthem isn't just being heard, it's activating the very core of your motivational systems. Your brain is a prediction machine, especially when it comes to music. Your auditory cortex is constantly forecasting the next note, the next chord, the next beat. National anthems are masterful at building these expectations with familiar melodies and then violating them in a precisely pleasing way. That sudden swell of the orchestra, a powerful crescendo, or a dramatic shift into a higher key, these are surprises your brain registers. When the actual music is more emotionally powerful than what your brain predicted, it triggers a dopamine-fueled error signal. This isn't a mistake, it's a jolt of pure neurological pleasure that we interpret as profound emotion. But you are rarely alone when you hear it. You're in a stadium, a school hall, a public square. This shared experience creates what sociologist Emil Durkheim called collective effervescence, a moment when a group of individuals communicates the same thought and participates in the same action, fusing them into a single being. Your individual neurological reaction is now being amplified and mirrored by thousands around you. The ritual of standing, facing the flag, and singing in unison synchronizes your physical state with everyone else, dissolving the boundary between me and us. This synchronization has a chemical basis. Group singing, specifically, triggers the release of oxytocin from your pituitary gland. Oxytocin is often called the love hormone or bonding hormone. It's crucial for social bonding, increasing feelings of trust and generosity while reducing fear. As you sing with the crowd, your body is being flooded with a neurochemical that literally makes you feel more connected to the people around you. It chemically reinforces the idea that these strangers are part of your in-group, your tribe. This isn't a logical decision, it's a physiological event. This chemical and social bonding can lead to a state psychologists call identity fusion. It's a profound feeling where the boundaries between your personal self and your group identity become porous. An abstract concept like your country suddenly feels viscerally personal. An insult to the flag feels like an insult to you. A victory for the nation feels like your own personal triumph. The anthem acts as a trigger for this fused state. The tears aren't for a piece of cloth or a political entity, they are for the sudden, overwhelming feeling that this massive, abstract group is an inseparable part of who you are. This response isn't innate, it's meticulously built over a lifetime. It's a textbook example of classical conditioning. The anthem, initially a neutral stimulus, is repeatedly paired with powerful, emotionally charged events. Think of a soldier's funeral, the raw emotion of an Olympic victory, the reverence demanded in school assemblies since childhood. Each event layers another coat of emotional meaning onto the music. Over time, the anthem alone becomes sufficient to trigger the entire cascade of emotions: respect, pride, grief, joy, without the original context even being present. It becomes a conditioned emotional reflex. The very act of singing an anthem physically manipulates your emotional state. The long, sustained notes require deep, controlled breathing, similar to techniques used in meditation. This type of diaphragmatic breathing directly stimulates the vagus nerve, a massive nerve network that runs from your brainstem to your abdomen and helps regulate your parasympathetic nervous system. Stimulating it can lower your heart rate, calm your fight-or-flight response, and induce feelings of peacefulness and connection. You are physically calming your own body into a state of reverence simply by participating in the song. So it isn't just a random assortment of notes. The music itself is engineered. The vast majority of anthems are written in a major key, which our brains are culturally and perhaps evolutionarily biased to interpret as positive or heroic. Furthermore, they often employ specific chord progressions that have deep cultural significance. Consider the plagal cadence, the IV1 chord change. It's often called the Amen cadence because of its ubiquitous use at the end of hymns. Its inclusion in an anthem taps into centuries of conditioned auditory response, signaling solemnity, reverence, and finality. Your brain hears Amen even if you have never stepped inside a church.
Monotony has grown fast. Nearly 2,700 people have watched in the last few weeks, yet less than 0.03% are subscribed. It would mean a lot if you joined by hitting subscribe. And again, thanks for watching.